This episode of All in the Delivery is brought to you by Haley Bug Creations. Any sticker or decal that you want, she can make. You want to customize? She can do that too. Check out her Etsy shop. The link is in the episode description. There you will find a large variety of different decals and stickers made from premium vinyl that is sure to last. So guys, get yourself or someone you know, a Schmedlex, Smiley, or whatever company they work for. Get them a sticker, okay? You will not be disappointed. They will not be disappointed by the quality of these decals. And now, let's get on with the show. What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on another episode of All in the Delivery, episode 82. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed that new intro, because we're here for a change of pace a little bit and to change things up. And but we'll get into that in a minute. First, let me introduce to you guys my co-host down in West by God, Virginia.
Fuck.
Luke, buddy. How is it going on this fine evening?
Well, on this fine evening, to give a slight mini rant, because I will say with the new intro, it is our very own best moderator in the game himself that created this one, which I thought sounded great. I love the distortion. That's not the rant part. I just want to say, not to go too much into it, but when we first got our intro, which everybody has grown accustomed to, 81 episodes, right? Did episode 1, did we use it? I can't remember. If not 81, if it wasn't 81, it's been close to it. 79. And when we used that, because when Dave looked it up, we purposely got it because it was royalty free. We weren't going to get in like trouble for using it.
Right. And the fun thing was, like, there was 2 different songs that I put together that were royalty free music. And I was like, this would sound sick with this one. So like the first half of it, I'm good, I'm ready. Like that whole like part was like a single thing. Then I put your layers on top. And then when it goes into the ding 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 ding, and like that part, that was another song. So when I put them together, I was like, this would sound cool together. And now we're getting flagged for copyright shit on on YouTube, and it's just like, I don't need, we don't need issues.
So somewhere during this wonderful pandemic that we've been fucking living, I shouldn't say wonderful because it's been bad. A lot of people, we've lost, a lot of people been lost. So I shouldn't say it like that, but say a dragging pain. I don't know. It's been 2 years, feels like 20. But so somewhere along the lines, our royalty-free music picked up some royalties.
Not so royal free anymore.
Yeah, not so royalty free. And now luckily we got, Dave is a multi-talented musician and was able to whip up a few and that was what we came up with. And I love the distortion. Like I said, I'm a fan of it. And I don't want to copyright what I said. It kind of sounded like in the one part because it'll probably get fucking flagged, but you know what I'm talking about. We said it right before we recorded. If you're curious about that, just message me.
It's good, and it's and with a little bit of rock to it, it's really who we are.
It is.
We enjoy that style of music, so fucking awesome.
Yeah, good job, brother. I look forward to no longer getting flagged every Monday.
I know, it's just like I don't want to deal with it. But hey, real quick, got to give a huge shout out
to all of our fabulous, wonderful, beautiful looking Patreon subscribers. Guys, huge shout out to Tony, Sam V, Ashley, Andrew, Fernando, Nate, Clement, Tad, Luke, Ryan, Will, Chuck, Jacob, Sean, and David. Thank you guys so much for your continued support as always. We got the second Tears and Smears video is going to be coming at the end of the month. So we'll have that ready for you guys.
Oh, man, I'll tell you, I'm looking forward to number 2. I wonder, it makes me wonder where we're at on the scale, because to not give away any spoilers, because that was just a Patreon only video, but it was our first one we drew was higher. It wasn't the highest, but it was higher.
It was hot.
It was hot, and but God, it was fucking so good though, and it smelled good for as hot as it was. It didn't burn your fucking nostrils.
No. So yeah, definitely looking forward to the second one. So we'll have that coming for you, the Patreon subscribers, really soon. And listen, if you want to become a Patreon subscriber and help support the podcast and see these Tears for Smear videos and again, all the extra stuff, access to the Discord channel where we're chatting it up, guys, the link is in the description of this episode. It's patreon.com/AITDpod. Go sign up today. Also, don't forget the merch. You can find the Haley Bug Creation merch and the podcast merch at deliveringgreatness.com. That link is also in the episode description. So, and don't forget, go follow us on the YouTube. Just like Luke said before, how we were getting flagged on YouTube for it. And copyright shit, you can watch as we're recording this. So this is going to be a fun one. We got a very awesome interview coming up for you guys in a little bit. Just finishing up the wives segment, Mrs. Nomad herself.
Absolutely.
What a great conversation we had with her. That was awesome, being able to bang that out and finally get the wives segment on. So
yeah, and to be back on YouTube too, because that's what she asked. She looked good. She always looks good. She's beautiful. But yeah, right beforehand, but to just
my wife did the same thing too.
It's like it's on YouTube now, but that honestly, it was our hiatus from YouTube. Not to keep going back to the intro song, but it was our hiatus from YouTube is when we it was somewhere in that period is when our intro song demanded royalties of some kind or something, or we were getting flagged. I don't know.
Right.
I shouldn't say demanded royalties. That's when the flagging started coming.
Yes.
Because I have no idea, and that's a whole nother conversation. So I'm just going to, anyways, myself, how that works. It's a rabbit hole to say the least. But anyways,
that's right. So now that things have slowed down in our work schedule and stuff, we're gonna get back to what we started before last peak season hit, and we're gonna be getting back to a very special segment. And we're all excited for this one. This one is called Get in the Big Picture! Ooh, I missed that.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. It's been a minute.
Mm-hmm. So, guys, getting the big picture, okay? This one's going to be what not to do. It's going to be all job-related for us delivery drivers, okay? Because that's what we all do. And I have a special story to tell. So, I was told a story by another driver somewhere. And this is what happened. So, let me break it down for you. This happened this past holiday season. And during the holidays, they usually take your route and, they will split it up. They will create splits everywhere. And so, your normal route driver, yeah. So your normal route driver doesn't have their full route, obviously, because of how heavy it'll be. So, so there was some brand new driver, and he was doing this one section of this guy's route. And come to find out, once this driver got his entire route back. He found out from his customers, like his customers were surprised to see him. And they were like, "Oh, I thought you left. Like I thought you were gone." Kind of thing. And he was like, "What the fuck?" Like, "What?" And he was like, "What do you mean? You know, like, what are you guys talking about?" And they all said the other driver who was there, the guy that was covering for Peak in that section, this driver was going around telling everybody, he's like, "Yeah, so I'm gonna be your new driver here. Yeah, you know, he's not gonna be around anymore. I'm gonna be your new driver out here from now on." All right. First of all, stop right there for a second, because that alone is just fucked up. And it gets worse. It gets worse. All right. But that alone is just that's like a sort of psychotic thinking. Like,
I mean, he in his head he thought he was the new dog in town, so to speak. I don't know. I mean, but yeah, that's a. I mean, I might use narcissistic more than psychotic.
That's a good word.
But you know, it just. I don't know. I don't know who any of these drivers are. So I'm not really. I can't get into the heads, but
Right.
I'm just from what I. Go ahead. Sorry, but yeah.
Yeah. No. So like, all right. So like, that's like one. Just like, obviously, that's a big don't. You know what?
Definitely,
not to do.
definitely
like,
a big don't.
Why the fuck would you do that? And this is what we found out. Okay, was that this specific driver who was going around saying this stuff to this guy's customers, he was saying it so that he would get the tips, the Christmas tips, the holiday tips. Because now it's like, "Oh, you're going to be the new guy? Oh, well, I guess I'll have to give you the tip." No, but this kid knowing damn well that this driver whose route this is going to come back and do his entire route one day.
Not bright. Not a good call. Not a good call.
And like, does he not think like we don't talk to our customers? Dude, our customers tell us everything. They tell us everything. When there's a fuck up, when one of us are away on vacation, we fucking hear about it for sure. Like, we hear about it. They
More
tell
than once.
us everything. The gossip is real. with customers and other drivers from even other companies too. We hear about it. We hear about all of it, you know?
Oh yeah, dude. It's fucking the gossip. Yeah, to say it again, the gossip is definitely real. When you, because you get into, if you have a bid route, it's a routine for everybody, not just you, but the people you deliver to normally. Even if you're under our banner with our fucked up kind of system we have, I mean, it's still at the most part kind of still routine.
Right. And so, you know, like that was like, you know, that's a big don't too. And, you know, the whole tip thing, all right, don't take other drivers' tips. You know, if you know whose route it is, and even if you don't, ask your supervisor, like, dude, like, you know whose area I have? Like, if you're a new guy, you know, covering a route, and if you don't know the name of the person, you don't know the face of whose entire route that is that you're covering there, like, ask. Because, you know, that driver's there 11 months out of the year. You're there for 4 fucking weeks. You know, that driver's putting in the work for mostly the entire year. Like, that should be his tips. That's a big don't as well. And honestly, you know, honesty pays off.
It does.
You know,
Yes.
and like, I remember too, is my second peak season. and I was covering a route where this other driver's customers were very generous to him. And every time I saw something on the door that had the company name, that had his name on it, I'd call him right up. I'd be like, yo, 51 Main Street, left you a tip, dude. You want me to give it to you later? And he'd be like, oh yeah, open it up. How much, what's in it? It's $50. All right, here, you know what? Let's split it. You get 25, I get 25, and I'll see you in the morning. Like, that's all you gotta do. Don't be a douchebag and steal other people's tips. Fuck. That's a big deal.
And I feel like, and it's more, not even as much for even the fucking, rather it's a gift card or cash or whatever. It doesn't, I don't even feel like it's not even the fucking value of it that I think is what is the big makes you, it's such a prick move, is that they went out of the way to get that or give that to you, whatever it was, because of either, of the rapport you build with them, so it's more of rather it's fucking $10 or $100. It doesn't really, that part. I mean, I know numbers, money's money, but what I'm getting at is the value of it is irrelevant. More of what, it could be somebody that can't rub two nickels together. If they give you $10, that's more than somebody that makes, 6 figures a year giving you. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That's why I'm getting it at. But it's the fact of the appreciation is what makes that such a kick in the fucking gut. So yeah, definitely. That's a huge don't. And honesty, like you said, Dave, honesty pays off, not just with fellow drivers, also with even with the company. They may not be honest with you all the time, but you need to be honest with them.
Right. And like, if you're honest with another driver and you go about that, like, dude, like in that driver's eyes now, like you're like this
good dude.
Good dude. Exactly.
Or good woman. Yeah. Whichever it may be. Yeah.
Right.
It's good person. So
100%. 100%. So huge don't lie to customers. Don't take other drivers' tips. Huge don'ts.
Don't be this wasn't really an employee. This was a helper, but just to throw kind of a hilarious but not funny but funny story in real quick about being honest. I just want to say this real quick because, like I said, this wasn't a helper, or this was a helper. This wasn't an employee, but they delivered whatever it was. They went back in their personal car, still in their uniform, at like 9:30 at night. Tried to take it back, like steal it in a non-threatening way, not in a non-forceful
right.
Yeah, that was like, yeah, you remember me from and I need this package, and obviously they got arrested for that. They didn't get in trouble. So I was just thinking of fucking what could I say but obviously that was a helper. But yeah, no matter what, honesty is fucking key.
100%.
It is, dude.
100%. 100%.
And that really kind of goes right into what our third don't would be, at least on here, that as I see it, is don't throw other drivers, especially under our banner, because we're union. Not everybody's union, so you can't. It's different. I'm not. That's another fucking podcast for another day. But if you're under our banner, if it's something that's, you got your one thing. If it's something blatantly fucked up that somebody needs to know, whatever. But like I'm saying, even if I guess that even saying to a scale, like you're just, I don't even know how would you want to even go about this one, Dave? Because we've heard multiple stories. Obviously having this platform, talking to people and shit, we know multiple stories of drivers going straight to management and not in minor. I mean, not, and this was where honesty goes in to not go, but just minor detail stuff that could have been very easily worked out.
Right.
In a way, and it got, it cost fucking, it may or may not have cost jobs. You know, we don't know that, but it was on the line.
Right. And it's, like Luke said with the union stuff, it's, you never want to throw another brother or sister like under the bus. Like
no, fuck no.
Like
that's just what they want.
It's as simple as that, and like if you ever have an issue, say like with another driver, it's the right thing to do to go to that person and then just, talk to them about it, hash it out, maybe even get your shop steward involved, you know what I mean? Before you go to management. Like, that's what I'm saying when don't throw other people under the bus. Like, if you have an issue with somebody, don't go straight to management. My God. Like, that's the worst thing you could do.
And I know a lot of you are thinking, there's plenty of assholes that work in this company that are fucking union people, but you still can't, even though they're fucking assholes. Right. You still gotta remember we're on the same team.
That's it, dude.
But it's so true, man. I mean, it's just it's simple. It's simple, but it's not as simple as it is. God dang, is it fucking.
We're all grown men and women who work here. Like, we have a big boy job, like, and just talk to the other driver. There's no reason to throw each other under the bus, because that's what they want. They want us to fucking tear each other apart. That's what they want. They want to see us fucking eat each other alive. Like,
and never, and more does it need to be in a fucking we're almost a year, almost a single year into the new contract year. So if there's ever a time to not be fucking squabbling with one another, it's now.
100%.
It's now.
100%. If there's like Luke said, if there's a time ever that we need to be really unionized right now, it is the time. It is the fucking time. So
I feel that kind of just gets me excited a little bit. Like, I feel like it's not.
I know it's not Sean literal. O'Brien is now, officially the new leader of Teamsters.
Yeah,
sworn in. I believe it was.
Man, I think yesterday, as we record this, it was yesterday. Yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, God, we could do a whole episode about that soon too, because he definitely talks a good game, and we don't have to go down that hole right now, but
right.
But we'll see what happens, and you know what? Maybe we'll do that. We'll get somebody on, and we can have a good old union discussion, and maybe help educate some people who may not even be that educated with it.
Fuck, I'm one of them. I'll say that. I'm not that educated. I'm more brute force and fucking loudness is how I barely. I just smash 2x4s and yell. I'm just kidding, kind of. But
right. So guys, that's your don'ts. Listen, we're gonna do your do's next week.
Yes,
that'll be the positive side.
That'll be way more positive. But for getting the big picture, I hope you all enjoy this interview coming up, because I know I had a lot of interesting things. I couldn't give the government name of the person her dad worked for, but I thought it was very interesting.
Absolutely,
you'll find out about why that is.
Absolutely,
but yeah, man.
So listen, let's get into that. All right, here is our interview with Luke's wife, Ashley Painter.
Now I get the honor, I'd say pleasure and honor of introducing this very, very, how many varies can we put for a special guest? But this is my partner in crime. We've been together for almost 10 years, been married for just about 6. And this is, people may know her on Instagram as the Mrs. Nomad, but this is our guest today is my wife, Ashley. Ashley,
Hi.
how are you today?
I'm good. Good. A little early, but you know.
Yeah, we're recording bright and early right now.
I mean, it's not that early, but still,
It's not.
You know.
For this though, it's early because normally it's always later in the evening.
Yeah.
And I think the only other time we've done this early, shout out to Paul out over in the UK because of the time difference. But yeah, this is I'm
excited. Did you ask me?
No, it's coming in. This is the second call at the second half of what the idea of Dave and I bringing the wives on to get to know us, get to know a little side of us a little more, and plus a little bit of your background. Dave described Danielle as like a unicorn because she's been in the background. She's been in the background. So this is a lot of people. A lot of people
know about her, but she doesn't exist.
But so a lot of people obviously know are a fan of you. They love when we do when they do the realness of our random Insta stories. But no, when I'm just saying people are fans. So I think people are going to be looking forward to this. Plus, people know we'll bust each other's chops, all in good fun. But I don't know. Did you how it started off, Dave? Go ahead. I'll let you
start. First off, Ashley, thank you for joining us. This is gonna be awesome. This is gonna be fun. So I want to start it off with tell us the story about how you and Luke met.
Okay. I was about to start cosmetology school, and I think some of our friends wanted us to go out one night or something. I'm not really exactly sure how it happened, but Luke ended up messaging me on Facebook, or he saw me somewhere, and it kind of went from there. What?
I slid into her
I know he's
DMs.
gonna say,
slid into the DMs.
Except it was Facebook. And then, I think it took like a month and a half. We finally met up at a local bar in town, and I mean, that was pretty much it. I don't think we ever really separated after that. It was
for low tech Tommy purposes, it was 2012, but I slid into her DMs on a desktop computer because my phone capabilities didn't allow me to have the internet at the time. Right. So low tech Tommy, I wasn't like that guy. Dave had a guy to get. Dave had a friend of his get his wife Danielle's number in his phone. But but that was in 2007. He didn't have a cell phone yet, being a victim to technology. I almost was, but I still had the desktop capabilities.
You did. Yeah, you did. But I think one of our friends actually said, I think Luke asked who I was, and he said, I'd like to meet her or something. And she said, well, she's looking for something serious, which really I wasn't. I wanted to finish school and move. I mean, I was ready to move away in 9 months.
Yeah, so, she was going to get out of West by God, Virginia. We almost didn't meet.
Yeah, so it was divine intervention, I guess.
And they said a serious relationship because her friends, I was in this stage at that point. I was single and I was out of 2 relationships for about a year. So they all thought I was like this fucking like playboy fucking gallivanter, so I was like, I'm looking for a fucking, it's been documented before when I said on my episode with St. Patrick's Day, when I said when I woke up running through the woods having no idea what the fuck happened when I retired from Morgantown, I was like, I need to start looking for a relationship. I was like, I'm not looking for a relationship, but her friends were looking out for her. They knew me. Yeah. They knew I was a good guy, but they didn't know me that well. They didn't know me that well yet, but they had no reasons not to think I was a bad guy.
No.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, it wasn't like your story, Dave. I feel like you and Danielle's story was awesome. Like it was like this long story, and I was like, "Gosh, Luke."
Well, there was to tell it. There was scenes with it because of there was a little bit of slight dramatics because both were maybe kind of in it, but you met in real life, like you
Right.
cross paths, the whole thing. Like me, ours, which is still, we didn't meet on a dating website. I won't say that there's nothing wrong with that, but I still just old fashioned slid, just
Fashion
Facebook,
slid you the DM.
Facebook. But I mean, it's still, I guess it doesn't really matter how some are amazing, some are basic.
Everybody has their own path.
Yeah,
But everybody has their own path. And as long as the love that is stemmed from it is good, that's really, that's all that really matters.
100%.
I would say, we're, as I said at the beginning, we're closing in on 10 years this fall. This September, it'll be 10 years we've been together.
That's crazy.
Awesome.
Fuck.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Fuck.
And also, of course, congratulations on the baby.
Thanks. So
This is
excited.
Amazing. Baby Nomad.
Pretty excited.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Obviously, people know, but now that you're on here too, we have to.
Right. Yeah.
We're all excited. So,
Yeah.
also, growing up, Ashley,
Okay.
are you originally from West by God, Virginia?
I am originally from Fairmont, yes, or Monongah, West Virginia. But when I was a little younger, I'm not really sure how old, it was in middle school, we had moved to Maryland due to my dad working for this woman that was like a multi-millionaire. So we moved to Maryland to live on an estate because he traveled out of work all the time. So it was just my mom and my two sisters. Well, that was a lot for my mom to handle. So they decided to make the move down there with us three. So yeah.
And in Maryland, that's when you learned about boating.
Right. Yes. My dad.
Luke, I know Luke
going,
showed us all on the podcast. So he's like, I got this boat last summer, and he's like, but Ashley is the one. She's the one that knows everything. I was like, I don't know shit about the boat. And Ashley grew up with a boat. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. That's how I learned. My dad, since I was a kid, that's what I did. I went fishing and, we always did stuff. Even when I was like, I can remember being, I don't even know. I don't know. We've just done it my entire life. So I learned how to fish and, fix motors and, do things on boats. I don't know. I had always been around it. So that's kind of where that started. So I've been bugging Luke for almost 10 years to buy a boat, I feel like. So,
And I'm sure you guys are just absolutely loving it. Like, that's one thing like I've always wanted to.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we lived on the water in Maryland. So we were constantly like on the dock. If we weren't on the boat, we were jumping off the dock in the water. We were always fishing or on the beach doing something,
Sure.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
Awesome.
That's because I knew jack shit about boats. That was totally all Ashley and her dad.
Yeah.
I had with our boat, which I love. And if I sound out of breath, you want to talk about on the fly because early morning, I was like, I'm sure you all heard Gus bark.
I know. I didn't know what to do up here.
If you didn't see this if you didn't see it on YouTube, I was like, if you're listening to it not on YouTube, I was sitting there going, oh, Dave just asked her a question. I gotta run up there because he's gonna fucking flip. So yeah, on the fly in the morning sometimes, I guess when both people are they're little hyenas. But anyways.
A little bit.
Of course. Well, that's awesome though, the whole boat thing. That's
I love
that's
boats.
pretty sweet. Pretty sweet.
She can drive it way better than me, park it. I'm not very good at parking.
Yeah.
I'm the guy that takes
like
I throw anchors and I have a I don't know what it is with big blunt objects like hammers and fucking big. I got this big steel rod that I keep on there that I purposely will, like when we go to go to park it, we're not even going that fast. I'm standing there just ready to fucking harpoon the dock. Like I probably chipped. If our dock renter would happen to listen to this podcast,
he'd be pissed.
Don't listen. Don't look at dock. Whatever our number.
So why do you need a rod?
Listen, wait, let me say this.
Don't you just hop off onto the dock and then wrap the fucking
hold on. Go ahead and say.
We're in
tell
between.
The worst.
we're in between two boats. Okay. My dad
Okay, so you're in the middle.
So my dad was like, hell no, I'm not being beside someone. You guys are. So we're right beside the dock and a boat. Well, this boat is like not cheap. Let's just say that. Like
nice
one of them's called a Bentley. Okay. So
nice as fuck.
Yeah.
So Luke always gets up front. He's so big anyway. So he's got that big rod, like trying to, get up there, and he like pushes everything. He's like, hold on, I got it. Stay steady, stay steady. Like he's very serious about it. You know what I mean? Half the time I can't breathe because it's so funny, but but let me tell you,
go ahead.
True too. Hold on, Luke, because you also, speaking of bigger things like that sledgehammer, if you walk outside my door, there's a huge fucking walking stick that's like 7 foot tall. He used to keep one in the back of the Jeep. Like, I don't know what it is with like big shit like that. Like, I'm not saying anything, but you do tend to keep like large objects around like that. Like, it's almost like collector shit. He's had the same stick for like 8 years that you've been hiking with, and you know what I'm talking about. It's the one outside of a trash can.
No,
now you got a new one.
No, the one outside by the trash cans from Tennessee. The 8-year one is stuffed in Valley Falls State Park. It's hidden away.
He randomly keeps shit like that. I swear.
I do. And you want to talk about sentimental value? If that fucking stick outside would wind up missing, I would be fucking just a mess.
I almost threw it in the dumpster. And then I realized I wasn't allowed.
Yeah, that thing. Oh man, I scaled Rainbow fucking Falls with that thing. People too, they're like, "Why do you need?" Because I'm strong enough to lift it. They're like, why do you? I'm like, because I just need it. I need something like a big hammer to just lug around. Yeah, I need something to lean on.
Anyway, back to the boat. Luke is good at driving the boat. I just enjoy driving it. I think a little bit more.
So I'll just say that I'll tell the listeners this the Bentley boat. If we hit the Bentley boat, you never hit the Bentley boat.
I don't give a shit who's going to hear it. I hit the boat. Look, they wouldn't know.
It wasn't the Bentley boat.
It was another one.
It wasn't the Bentley boat.
We'll just say it was another boat.
It was a boat like ours.
No, it wasn't her boat. It looked like ours.
It really wasn't, but it was somebody that had dings already like ours did. But sometimes sometimes that water does that.
It was like a little ding. It wasn't even a big deal,
We dung ourselves. We got ourselves. I mean, but the point is that if you hit a nice fucking boat hard, you're gonna have to pay for it. And if you don't like have it, so I'm very particular because Ashley, her having far more experience on the water than me, I freak out because I'm like thinking like this shit, and it's a river. We're not on an ocean.
Yeah, right.
Like shit's carrying, and I'm like, dude, we're gonna hit this thing. But
no, so what do you do with the rod?
I stop because we've hit because sometimes we hit that dock fucking hard.
Dave, when you're coming in, he stands on to push off.
I do it to stop. Yeah, and I normally can't fully stop it sometimes because it's still a fucking boat, But I can still. A lot of times, like
he just stands on the bow and like waits to make sure that like I'm evened in, because if I'm going a little bit to the left, then he'll pull me a little bit even.
Sure.
So
I got
he's good at that.
I gotcha. Luke does good at steering boats.
Yes.
Okay. With a rod.
With a rod. Yeah, man.
Has to be something in hand, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not fucking good.
First it was a broom, and then he bent the broom, so then he got a rod.
Yeah, it was. I bent that. The broom was too brittle.
That's awesome. So you also mentioned you were getting into cosmetology.
I'm a hairdresser. Yes.
So you want to? How did that come about? Where did that passion come from?
I had always liked messing around with like makeup, hair, as a kid, which I'm sure most younger girls do. I'm not saying most, but most of the ones I know, played with shit like that. Of course. And then as I got older, I just, I went to school for lab tech phlebotomy. Did that, hated it. I just couldn't find anything I liked. I wanted to go to law school, still do actually, but I thought, I'm going to give this a try. So I did, and I finished it quickly, and that was pretty much it. So I definitely found I definitely found my thing, but it's just like anything else. You get burnt out a little bit,
Sure.
but I still enjoy it. I still enjoy it. Yeah.
And what'd you say you went to college for? Lab?
Like a lab tech, like and phlebotomy, like drawing blood and, that kind of, like all that stuff, like lab work,
Yeah.
but it just wasn't,
like,
you sit in a room. I mean, you just sit in a room, I can't sit still. Like I can't believe I'm still sitting still right now. So sitting in a lab with two other people
that was one thing I
fun.
said. I was like, you got to be able to sit still for a little while. That was one thing I said before we came on.
Yeah. Just, it's not fun to sit in a room with like two people the entire time. It's quiet and,
Yeah.
So just not.
At least with like being a hairdresser, you see multiple people just come
Oh,
in
yeah.
and out every whatever
Right.
hour.
Yeah, I'm a people person for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, too bad you don't have anything much you could do with Luke's hair.
Yeah, no shit. I just get so mad because they would say, hey, you guys need to practice. Like when so this was like almost 10 years ago. They're like, you need to practice. I'm like, practice on what? Like fucking shaving his head. You know what I mean? So I've tried to give him fades before, Luke, which wasn't even that long ago. Remember when Brad did that, and it actually looked good, but then it looks good from the side. Then you get to the front, and it's like that, the bald right there.
It's jacked.
It's
jacked.
You're fucked. We're bicking it. You know,
and
what
that's
I mean?
like, there's nothing you can do. And like, that's another thing.
Nope.
My poor grandma, which Ashley can talk about my grandma about. She just thinks still. Like if I could grow, I've tried to explain to her that I can't grow my hair out because she still thinks like, you're not, she was always like, you're not like, she thinks because I'm not bald, like bald, like the top of my head has hair. She thinks I can still grow out hair. I'm like, I can't. Like she just said like, there's not, I was like, it just will look so bad. But
Luke's had that hairline though. No kidding. When he was a baby at baby pictures, you could see that hairline still. I swear.
It's fucking true.
I'll find one. I'll find one and send it to you. Oh, Dave,
my baby pictures, I had a hairline, but then I didn't have it. Then it grew in, and then I started losing it at like 23. And then, little by little, here we are.
Yeah.
But so to go into Ashley with a more, this little, however you want to go about this with this topic, because you came back from Maryland essentially, and how would with Mim, which was for the listeners, Mim is Ashley's grandmother, and that's essentially how she came back to West Virginia and how eventually we would end up meeting.
Right.
But I didn't know how do you want to. What do you want to go into with Mim? What do you want to tell people about?
I mean, she had an accident, like I think 3 weeks before I graduated high school. I graduated a year early. She was supposed to come down and see me because it was a big deal back then, obviously. So she had fallen. My uncle was building a home and she fell like, I don't know, 14 feet, hit her head. They didn't think she would make it. Long story short, she did, but it caused a lot of brain trauma. But she was okay for a while, you know what I mean? And then that's why I decided, I was like, I'm going back to West Virginia. I can stay with her, go to college there, Fairmont State's right down the street. And then progressively, I think the brain injury, we don't know much about them. They just come back, you just never know. So that ended up coming, like things started happening. She would put like yogurt in the cabinets. She just started doing weird shit. And then dementia set in, you know what I mean? It was a little rough, but long story short, Mim was like really funny.
So you said, I asked her with how she wanted to go about with saying it. And she, like, one thing to say with that situation, a lot of times you have to,
people get sad, but you can't,
you have to make light of certain situations because there's
like
not
Alzheimer's. Yeah.
But let me tell this story. I'll let you go ahead and finish it. But with like her grandmother, because she was old school, she was from my grandmother's generation, greatest generation. They saved shit. They didn't spend money fucking frivolously. And so say like when your grandmother tell about the bath water, tell the bath story, because that always makes me laugh. They're good.
So when I finally had convinced my family, like my mom and dad, stuff, that you know, she was bad enough. She needed care, and they didn't know, but I had quit school. I quit college because I was so worried about her, because I was scared she'd leave something on. So I didn't tell them for like 6 months. No one knew. Anyway, when I finally convinced them to come back, she would still go to church on Sundays, and she would still drive. So sometimes I would drive her, whatever. Well, one day somebody called and said, your grandmother stinks. Okay, this is someone I'm related to. And I was like, what? They're like, she needs to take a bath. So I asked her about it. She's like, oh, bullshit. I can't believe he said that. You know, she was so mad. And I thought, oh my God, she does. Like, I just didn't realize it, because I'm not like up close and personal with her all the time. So I started running bath water, and I would say, all right, ma'am, you need to go take a bath. I'm not taking it, but she would throw a fit. So I realized she hated wasting stuff. So I'd be like, all right, well, I'm gonna let the water out. Well, she'd come in there ready to like choke me out, but she would get in the bathtub because she wasn't wasting that water. So every couple of days I'd fill up the bathtub. I'd be like, all right, I'm letting it out. She'd go in there stomping, because you know, that's a lot of water to waste. You know what I mean?
Mev going in there ready to knock her teeth out her throat. She's gonna waste that water just pissed.
To put the water
yeah. That's what I mean though. That's why that generation
like that.
But that's why that generation also said like how they accumulated wealth and saved money back. Of course, that was a different time. Like I said, she lived through the Depression, different era. But
Dave, she would put like little sticky notes on the bathroom that said, if you're just urinating, you can save your piece of toilet paper. Like, it would say something like that. Like, she would want to save, she put a bag there. Like, people are really going to do that. You know what I mean?
Like, if it's yellow, let it mellow.
Yeah.
Right?
That was funny.
But in all seriousness, for me to say that, you know, we there was a lot of stories because she was around for a long time when I came in, but Ashley and her you know, her mom and her dad and her sister and family, they you know, I watched them take care of her, and they're amazing people for what, you know, it's a tough situation. The people that know, that have experienced it. That's why I was asking her, you know, to talk if she wanted to talk about it. But people in a similar situation, they probably have some story, you know, something like that they can think back and laugh about. But like, I can tell you, she was a teacher, so like principal hand grip,
for
dude.
50 years.
I'll just say this. I'll say this because her
have
mind,
that video actually.
Her mind, yeah, I'll have Ashley. She could send her mind. Like, I didn't get to know Mem, but you know, me being, when she would need to be moved out of her wheelchair, you know, I was able to pick her up. I was able to pick her up easy, dude. She didn't weigh very much, and I'm, you know, fucking strong, but she had the principal grip, dude, like the teacher, old school grip. If she would have a hold, dude, I swear to God, the woman didn't weigh. She probably weighed as much as the wheelchair, dude. But if she had a hold of the wheelchair with one hand, if I picked her up, dude, the entire fucking wheelchair came off of the ground.
Yeah,
no
she had a
shit.
death grip.
No shit, dude. It always
like one of those,
like, dude, yeah, like the fucking. It was like it was clamped. Like it was a fucking like I put a steel hook.
Crazy.
It just wrenched it up, dude. Yeah, dude. It was insane. It was insane. But that was.
Yeah,
but no, the people, everybody around here, she taught for, like Ashley said, 50 years, and they
either loved her or she beat the shit out of him.
She spanked.
Spanked him. But what I was told, she really spanked him.
She beat your dad's ass and all your uncles and everybody.
Oh yeah,
spanked all of her kids.
Can I say that about the hot plate?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So I would curse. Actually, I'll tell you two things. I'll tell you this one. So I'll tell you the hot plate thing last, but we were leaving the house one day, my cousin and I and my best friend, we were young. She pulled out in front of a car. This is how she was. I was like, ma'am, you just pulled out in front of that guy. Bam, backhanded me, bloody lip, like done. So this is how she was. So then I start, like, if I said a curse word and she would hear me, she'd like come after me. You know what I mean? It's like a switch or something. But one day I was in the kitchen and I said, I don't know if I said the F word or what. And she grabbed me and made me sit in a chair, got a hot plate out of the dishwasher that was like hot, and made me lick the plate. I mean, it blistered my tongue. She's like, I bet you'll never do that again. I mean, she would do shit. Now that would be child abuse now, but I never said that shit. You know what I mean?
That's different times, dude. We talked to her son Lonnie. I've talked to him, so I was like, "Dang, that's just what you know." But that's like, that's what the fuck. I mean,
That's
She-
incredible.
But
Yeah.
this was going back to, because I wanted to talk about this because it was going to be kind of off topic otherwise. But so when you lived in Maryland, your dad worked for somebody, and this was whose father happened to be one of the people that helped create the atom bomb. And
Crazy.
so I've always, like, I said the day before we came on, because there's a lot of fucking discussion about nukes right now. I mean, with everything going on in the world,
Yeah.
like, what can, like, we're not giving out names, obviously, but like, what part, like, when you say wealth,
I mean, my dad's always said, when I've asked, he's always said, they have more money than God. That's what he would tell me.
so
I'm like, I saw,
go ahead.
I mean, I never knew that. Like, I just knew she was like a multimillionaire,
Yeah.
you know, the dad's daughter when we lived there. Cause we lived on an estate.
But she's probably with
we
a
lived in a
B.
mansion.
It's
I mean, it was
probably
not-
with
it was
a
not-
B though, not with a.
So,
She's
like,
a
are we
multi.
talking like
I'm
Elon
talking
Musk
like-
wealth?
I'm talking
Or
like
are we
she's got,
talking like
she has I mean, from what I know,
I'm-
she's in the trillions from what I know.
No, well, not trillions. There's
Yeah.
no way.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
All right. Well, this is the thing, Dave.
Like
You say
hundreds
Elon.
billion.
You say
Because
Elon Musk.
she still gets government money.
What price?
from all
what
that
price
shit?
do you put
Holy
on?
cow.
What price do
I'm
you put
texting my
on?
dad.
What price do you put on a fucking nuke? Like, what do you, like, how do you sell that? I mean, that's what I mean, dude. What the fuck what do you present? Be like, hey, I got something here that.
He said, I'm not sure if I would say trillions, but I'll tell you this much. She still gets money and it's a lot. That's what my dad said.
I mean, I would say because of what
From
it
that.
is, they're billionaires. They're not
I mean,
multimillionaires. I think they're billionaires. From
maybe trillions
judging-
a little too far.
judging from what
You
the
know what I
stuff
mean.
her dad's told me with other
I just
things,
met
Yeah.
stuff
Yeah.
that play, like,
Yeah.
dude.
That's impressive.
But yeah,
I just meant a lot of money. I didn't literally mean trillions, but yeah. I mean, I know they just had so much money. It was stupid. Like I remember this doorknob, and their house, we called it the big house because it was the mansion. I had like a bowling alley and all that shit in it. So
had
we
a
would go
bowling
in
alley
there.
in the house.
So
Not
we would
that
go in
much.
there. We would go in there, and Dad would be like, you know, don't touch anything. I'm like, okay. So I'd be looking around that house, you know, there would be Christmas presents from like 2 years ago, piled up in this room. And then the doorknob, I was like, this doorknob looks so weird. And he was like, those are worth like $4,000 a piece. Why I did not take one of those fucking things when I left there, I'll never know. They were like brass doorknobs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there was like
It have like
I don't even-
designs on it and shit.
yeah, it was
like,
crazy. It was crazy.
$4,000 doorknobs.
I mean, it was insane. I mean, it was
Holy
just,
cow.
you could tell they had a whole lot of money and did not know what to do with it, you know?
No.
Yeah, it was crazy. But
insane.
I don't know much about her dad. I just know he helped invent it. And
Nuts.
that's where all their money came from, you know?
Can you
But
imagine just going to someone and be like, so
No.
let me present, like Luke said, like, let me present you with this. I have this
Yeah.
Yeah, like
thing
what?
that could destroy the world.
destroy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, be like,
A
so you
city.
guys know how you have like tanks and you have airplanes and missiles, man. There's
Right.
something. I got something here, like, and I hate to joke about that
I
because,
know,
man,
but fuck.
but fuck, dude. Like, what the fuck? Are you, I'm like, man, that's like somebody, you think of somebody that think of the first person that invented like a revolver
Excuse me.
pistol.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Think of somebody
right.
like that, like somebody that just ups the stage of warfare. And unfortunately, in a weird way, like I say, well, no, I did not say unfortunately. Fortunately, I meant I was misconstruing that. I don't think it can go any higher than that because nuke's about as high as it goes.
Yeah, when it comes to destroying stuff, yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't remember when I found that out. It was years after when we were into our relationship, and her dad just happened to mention it. And I was like, what? It's like,
Okay,
that's
sorry.
kind of interesting. But yeah.
So I want to talk about your taste in music because I know it differs a lot compared to what Luke likes.
Drastic. But we
Jurassic.
listen to. I listen to some of
I
her
mean,
stuff though.
yeah, some of it, but truly, if I like say I'm in the shower by myself in the car, I honestly I listen to a lot of new rap and R&B.
Mhm.
I like some country, but I am like literally stuck in the 90s. Like I just listen to constant rap from the 90s and maybe like really old country music I like. Like I'm talking like Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson stuff. Like
Mhm.
I don't like a lot of country, like new country singers. I'm not really into that. But I do not listen to
Like
anything.
pop country.
Yes, yes,
Pop
yes.
country, yeah.
Like Taylor
it even
Swift.
it
No
even
offense, I can't
sounds fucking
stand that
stupid.
shit.
Pop
It does.
country sounds stupid.
But
I
I don't
sorry, no
listen.
offense to pop country listeners.
No, well, I mean, I don't like it, but I don't listen to like what Luke listens to, like some stuff, but for the majority, I'm not listening to a lot of rock. It's just not my taste,
So
Or
like,
at all.
so like when you guys like ever go on like a road trip somewhere, like who has control of the radio?
But I always drive, so
she normally
usually Luke
drives.
does.
Oh.
So she normally drives,
love to
but a lot of
drive.
times we'll end up putting on podcasts.
Yeah.
Sometimes this one, sometimes other ones, sometimes, but it just because it's easier that way. But I still like a lot of like 90s rap. I like I like DMX. I like Nelly. Nelly is her
No,
that's her unicorn.
like Teen Crush.
But
no.
but I mean, like little, like Lil Wayne, shit like that. I can listen to that stuff. I don't, but
Is that 90s? Lil Wayne 90s?
Lil Wayne's probably early 2000s.
Yeah, probably.
yeah,
But still, I like him though too.
Like when you
He's
say
been around
90s,
a while.
I think like
Jay-Z and Biggie. Yeah,
Jay-Z,
yes,
right,
yeah.
all those guys, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I never heard that. Like honestly, when we lived in West Virginia, I swear, and I'm not just saying this, people can testify to this. We have 0 rap stations. We have one station. It's
not a lot of hip hop.
It's
West Buckeye.
I mean, there is nothing. No,
I can't. If there's not one where we live, then there's probably no way there's one in the state.
No.
Unless
there's none.
Charleston or Huntington would be the only place, but I doubt it.
No,
doubt it.
There's not. You have to go to there's PA stations, but so when I moved to Maryland, I was like in shock. Well, culture shock first off, but just in shock anyway. So I was like, oh my God, I've been living in the woods. Like, what is all this stuff? So I remember being in school and they were like, Biggie died or Tupac got shot. One of them when I was in school, literally.
It was Biggie. It was Biggie told
there. Me. Okay.
Because he was the East Coast guy.
And they were like, you don't know who he is. And I was like, no. And then that song came out, the P. Diddy song that they played over and over and over and over again.
The Sting cover.
I had no idea. I had no idea what rap was. And then as soon as my parents or cousins found my first like rap cassettes or CDs, they were ripped up and thrown away.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though to say on the sideline? I can remember. It's so funny. Like Snoop Dogg was one I can remember. I don't remember listening to what he like. I don't remember the song, but I can remember like, dude, because I think Doggy Style came out like 93 or 92. It was, back in the day. It was back in the day, back in the early 90s. And I could just remember hearing that on like my dad, we were still, he wasn't married to my stepmom yet. And I can remember hearing his name like on TV, like on the news or just some random shit. I don't remember what it even was or if it was on MTV or something, but that's always like stuck with me. And I've always thought here he was just performed at the fucking halftime show. A fucking amazing halftime show. Amazing. We can all agree on that.
Oh yeah.
But
that was awesome.
I want to so now, because for those that see this on YouTube, Ashley has her hoop earrings and her dog bomb hat on.
No, I don't have my hoop earrings.
Do you not? You took the hoop earrings out? Oh, probably, because of the earbuds, right? Didn't think of that. Well, that was a part of the prop we were going to use because I made a video about this years ago. Now, dog moms can be fierce. I'll go ahead. There's a place that is now shut down because of COVID. It was a Chinese buffet. And they fucking just were not following protocols. Long story short, now they're done. But this was pre-COVID. And I went in there. You could get like takeout boxes, So we were stopping, and I got this takeout box. Ashley's in the car. with our, I'm sure Gus is with us. She's got the dog mom hat on, dude. I don't think nothing of it, man. I'm, going inside filling up my box. I hear the door open up. I hear Luke. There's a dog out there. There's a dog in that car. Like, it was fucking middle of winter. It was cold as fuck, dude. It was like 10 degrees outside. And she came storming in there. And I mean, I looked because she said my name. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I thought something was really, really wrong. Not saying, she was pissed what was going on, but I thought like emergency something. She comes storming in, that dog mom hat on. And she's like, somebody's got a dog out here. Somebody's got a dog in the car. There's no heat on. Which one of you? Like, I mean, just fucking going nuts. And I've got this takeout box. Like, oh my God, I'm going to have to fight in the fucking Chinese buffet. But this dude.
But the guy did come. He did come out.
This dude gets up all in shape.
He was eating. Like, he was eating at the buffet. He was sitting there eating. And it was like 15 degrees out.
He was sitting there at the table. He was like, no, I was just leaving. I wasn't leaving it out there for long. And she's just shaming this dude. No, you weren't. This thing I had to say made that dude go out there, and he turned his fucking car on and left the engine running. I didn't have to say a word, dude. And but that, and the funny thing with that dog mom hat is we just did a lot of fucking spring cleaning in this house, and I found it. And I was like, it's almost a sign just to fucking relive that story. That's because that's about to be a human mom scene. The dog mom instincts can never go away.
Oh, speaking of dogs, I wanted to ask Dave this. Dave, you guys have a dog, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How was it? Did you guys like baby the dog before you had both of your kids? You know what I mean? Like, to the point that, was it weird when you brought the kids home, like Xander home for the first time?
No, it was, I mean, did we like, he was, I mean, he still is my ride or die. This dog, like he absolutely, but, it's weird because, like people say they can sense, like they can sense it. Like, I'm sure your dogs know like what's going on with your body right now.
They know. Yeah.
Yeah. They're always up in their stomach and shit. Yeah. They definitely know.
Yeah. I just mean like, I just didn't know if I would feel bad. Like, people are always like, you're going to forget about your dog when you have a baby. It's going to become less. I'm thinking, I'm not like that. So I don't think I would.
No. And I mean, like, we have pictures of when they were babies, like a couple months old.
Right.
And, they were on the floor on a blanket or something like that. And my dog Ranger comes and lays right next to him.
Okay. Gotcha.
Like, so like,
yeah.
And then like, when you see that, like, you really do not forget about your dogs.
Then you really love them. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. You love them more. And it's just like, and then you'll see them like, as the kid gets older too, like, like, I mean, my dog, for instance, he knows not to, like, if Grant, my 1-year-old, picks up his ball, like picks up Ranger's ball, like he won't try to take the ball from him. Like he knows. He knows that he's not strong.
That's
you know
awesome.
What I mean?
Yeah.
So
that
like,
makes me feel better.
Like, it's just a dog's instinct, I feel like.
Yeah. Okay, good. It made me feel, I told Luke, I was like, I need to ask Dave that. Daisy, I'm a little like hesitant about, but we'll see how that goes,
Yeah. No, and I mean, like, and it's even a thing where, like, like they like tell you to like go about it different ways, like get like maybe like the baby's blanket or something like that, and like you put it like next to the dog so he smells it, and then late, like, and then the dog usually sees the way you guys react to the baby.
Okay.
And the dog knows like that's okay.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it's good.
I think it'll be cool to see Gus, Yeah. I think it'll be cool to see Gus. Yeah. I'm kind of excited for that part.
but yeah.
I'm out of breath again, but I'm good.
Okay.
Man, this is way.
Well, I have to ask one last question here.
Okay, sure.
Before we go, do you have any hilarious stories of Luke that we have not heard yet?
Okay. Now, hold on a second. You're gonna have to give me a minute so I can really think about it.
Yeah.
God, dig deep.
I am. I'm trying to.
I think Danielle embarrassed me enough. So
I heard. Man. Yeah,
that was so funny.
I have to give it back to Luke now.
I'm trying. I gotta really think about this because I feel like probably some of them you guys have already heard.
I mean,
Possibly.
I'm
I
trying
don't-
to think like something that you wouldn't even say is what I'm trying to think of. Like something you wouldn't want me to say is what I'm trying to think of.
I was trying to even think of.
fuck.
I was like the puke video was pretty funny. The one
Yeah,
where
but that-
I was,
yeah, but-
the people saw that one. I don't know. It's not a good one.
More puking?
Oh my God, I don't know.
It was just
I
it
mean,
was a video
he's a
that
puker anyway.
yeah. I mean, when I puke, I'd I'd bring it from the depths, man, and it's loud. And there's a video from it. Yeah, that's on. She recorded a
That's a
video of
good.
me
I
puking.
recorded that.
That's
There's a
exactly
video-
what Danielle said too about the gallon challenge. Like I was just vomiting like violently. Like,
When
it's
people
like-
when people throw, he used to send me throw up videos of him when we were first dating because I would
Yeah,
laugh.
she
because
laughs at it. She
I can't help it.
laughs.
I literally
like-
hysterically like roll over and die when people throw up. And even when I was puking when pregnant, I would be throwing up and laughing at the same time. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Well, you guys know that Luke had a habit of peeing the bed. And
Yeah, it's documented. Yeah, I mean,
well, this is how documented it is.
Okay.
This is our second.
Oh yeah, that's
this
right.
is-
I remember.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
This is our second mattress, and we've went through 3 pee covers.
not anymore. Well, I don't. pee
But
in bed
no, it's been a
anymore.
long time. It's been a long time. But I'll tell you, the best one ever, Luke, was when you came home. You drank moonshine. I was like so excited. I was like, yes, I put the pee cover on the bed. I'm fucking good. I'll have to deal with it tomorrow.
She's
So-
prepared.
So he peed. So I wake him up. I'm like, Pooh, go get a shower. It's like 3. I call him Pooh. I'm like, go get in the shower. It's like 3 a.m. It's like, all right. So he's like stumbling and rumbling in there, knocking shit over, So I'm like, yeah. So I put new sheets back on. I shit you not. I go back in there, fucking pissed again. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It was like right through the mattress because I had taken the pee pad off. So, oh, so mad. I was so mad. Yeah, I put the dog pee pads, this was a long time ago, obviously, but I put them under the sheets and not said anything to him just to be on the safe side. Like, I'm like, I don't have to clean this up. But we really did have to get rid of a mattress because of it.
Oh, we did.
Yeah,
I
like-
used to
That
get
thing
black. I
would
mean,
stink.
when I don't do it anymore because it's hard for me to get that. I don't drink. I'm semi-retired from drinking, but
Yeah,
when
he
I
hasn't done
fucking,
that. I don't know how.
I have to get blacked out to be pissing my pants, and I don't get that way too often anymore. So I don't piss my pants. I said I don't piss my pants anymore. I'm 37. I don't piss my pants
I
anymore.
remember-
I quit doing that when I was 30.
Listen.
How old are you, Dave? 34. I was pissed my pants when I was 34
Listen,
still.
I remember asking my doctor one time about it because my doctor is one of my best friends. So I asked him about it, and he was like, Ashley, that might be a serious issue. Like, he was like really concerned. He was like super concerned. I was like, I don't think it is. He was like, I think he might have a problem.
I mean, I didn't always piss my pants though.
No,
But I did. But
Well,
I did a
When you
lot.
drink?
when we
but I
met, you did.
When I did, well, I mean, the first time we met, I did literally
Yeah.
piss my pants
Yeah.
on her.
Yeah,
But
Heard
yes,
that story.
yeah, we didn't sleep together night one, but
No,
I peed.
but because he peed on me, probably. That's why.
She was
Probably would have got lucky. He probably would have got lucky.
see, I could have got laid. I could have got laid night one, and I wouldn't have pissed my pants. Yeah.
No. Dave, if I think of any more, I'll send it.
Incredible.
But I do, Dave, I do have a video I need to send you of Luke that I taped privately. You could use it wherever you want. Luke just doesn't know I taped it.
I don't even have a fucking clue.
No, you
Oh
don't.
no.
No, you don't. No, it's a good one.
Oh fuck, that's funny. See, like Danielle does these things where like this is terrible because she's not even here to defend herself. But she does these things where like she starts randomly talking like in her sleep, like hardcore too, like and like like it's usually when I get up there to go into bed,
Yeah.
like something disrupts her, and she just starts talking to me, but she's sleeping,
Yeah.
and like I
Do you
started.
answer?
Oh yeah, I do every time because it's hilarious. and so the one time I videotaped it, and she was asking, God, what was it? She was asking about the medicine for Grant,
Uh-huh.
and like it was just so funny because like even though she was sleeping,
Mhm.
like you could see where her mind still is.
Yeah.
And
Still
like she was
going.
like, "See,
Right.
I'm still thinking about my kids, even when I'm sleeping. I'm still worried about them."
Did you get Grant your medicine? Or did you get Grant his medicine?
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Did you get Grant his medicine? I'm like, no. She's like, oh. I was like, honey, you're sleeping. And she's like, I'm not sleeping. I'm like, yeah, you are.
Dude, Ashley does that too,
Yeah, I
man.
do it.
And then I'll
I do
fucking
it.
like grab her. I'm like, because
I was
we
fighting
call each
somebody
other
the
too.
other night.
Yeah, she was like, "You're not playing fucking jokes." And I'm like, "What?" And I was like, "Pooh," because we'll both. Pooh is a universal nickname. We both call each other Pooh. So when you see her say Pooh, it is a. But yeah, I've ever saying something like, "Yeah," but she'll normally. But it's weird because she'll do the same thing. Like sometimes she'll wake up, but then other times it's like she's not awake yet.
Right.
And she's like, "No, I'm not sleeping."
Right.
And I'm like,
she is.
"But you are sleeping."
But she
I'm like,
doesn't
No.
remember it the next day.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
This is not something I should even say about myself, but everybody does it. So, you know how you fart in front of people, like you don't want to do that stuff, especially like if you're a female, you're not going to admit that shit. I swear to you, in my life, I waited like years before I ever did it because I think that's so weird.
oh, I know what you're about to say. Yeah, this is
But
good.
I guess I did. Like when Luke and I were first dating, I did, and I was dead asleep. And I don't know, did I just wake up and say I farted? Is that
Yeah, so
I
I
jumped.
I was watching TV, dude. She was in dead sleep, like breathing. I'm talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I hear, I just farted. I'm talking dead awake. I was like, what? And then just to give a comfort level, there was, now she'd be sleeping and I might hear a
Fuck off, Luke.
and now she doesn't wake. She doesn't wake up for me anymore though.
I hate you.
That's a good one.
That's awesome. I mean,
Hey,
it's
Shane.
okay because Danielle admitted to everybody that she shit her pants the first night she met me. So,
Did
That's
she?
true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't hear
right.
that part.
You'll hear
That's
it.
funny.
Yeah.
That's
You'll
funny.
hear, you'll hear it soon.
It took her 10 years to admit it to me, but she told everybody the first day.
I fucking
On the
love it.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
But anyway, Ashley, thank you so much
Yeah, it was so
For-
fun.
for
So
coming on.
fun.
This was a good time.
Yeah, it was
for
so
sure.
fun.
And yeah. So hey, let's
Yeah,
wrap it up here. So thank you again, Ashley, for joining us.
for sure.
And,
So fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
Yeah, it was
A.
nice talking to you guys like this.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
The live
finally got-
segment is now complete.
the wife segment is now complete.
Yep, it's done.
And that was Ashley Painter, Mrs. Nomad, soon to be mother of Luke and Ashley's beautiful baby girl that they're expecting in July. So
Absolutely.
awesome. Dude, I still laugh in my head thinking about you with like a fucking pole in your hand trying to prevent the boat from slamming into the dock.
Oh, dude. Well, I can
How
tell
Ashley
you,
explained it, and she's like, "Oh, it's fucking hilarious." I was like, "I'm sure it is," because I can picture it in my head. You just like, fucking
dude,
trying to
and what
stop the boat.
that fucking pole, dude. It's a metal pole. It's from a fucking floor jack, dude. I just took it off of that and leave it on the boat. And yeah, dude, because I had to, like I said, she said the broom we had,
Right.
the broom broke, so it just was too brittle, too flimsy.
And like like she mentioned, I can't remember if it was on or off air, but about how she said, the story of you guys meeting was even though she's like, Dave, yours was all this big old thing, but listen, it's not about that. Everybody has their own path in life.
We
And
actually,
no matter what it is, it's special. Like
we like she
Never
said
is.
at that party, we actually we didn't really meet then, but I did see her and her sister. And I know I'd mentioned that on past episodes that originally we didn't actually mention that on her episode, but she, we'd mentioned that before, that she had originally was trying to fix me up with her sister. That was her initial plan. And I wasn't like, I was stopping by, like I wasn't staying there either. So like when I saw them that time, so yeah, I mean, there's still a little rain, you know, like a few, you know, sort of moments in time to it. So it's, I mean, but yeah, it's still like I've always said, it, man, the end result was stuff. It's just crazy, you know, because we knew a lot of the same people and we're around a lot of the same people. And she was back in West Virginia for a while. And it was just, yeah, it was kind of crazy. We never crossed paths.
Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. Well, thank you again, Ashley, for coming on.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Now let's get into the question of the week. Guys, the question of the week was, if they were going to name a street after you, what would you want the name to be and why? Let's see what our fabulous listeners had to say. Here we go. On Instagram, this one's from UBM239. Brad Mosier says, I'll be the first one to say it. Huge penis place.
Fuck. Oh man. Huge penis place, huh?
Huge penis place.
Good for you, Brad.
Huge penis place. Next
That's
one.
Creative.
That's creative. Next one is from Dustin Coakley. Says, definitely Dusty Road.
Nice.
That's good.
And you know, that's the American dream. Shout out to my old impression. Let me tell you something, baby. Yeah. That's Dusty Roads. God bless them. Good one.
God. This next one's from Parcel Savage. Fitzy says, Over 10 Terrace.
Dude, what a fitting street name for him.
Good.
It should be over 12. 13 punching out at 10 p.m.
Yep. Next one is from our one and only DHL driver listener. Rick Star 26 says, Nerve ST, title of my favorite song by The Story So Far. That's a good one. Good old Chris Slammer says Slammer Street.
I love it. Dude, I would want it in a cul-de-sac that looked like somebody giving the leg drop or something crazy. Flavor. God, I love that guy.
That is awesome. Next one is from Miller Gang _5 says Miller time, because I'm always a good time.
Nice.
This one's from Cam says I hope he laughs every time I read his name. I hope to God he does. I hope he laughs, Cam. Cam says, Old Cam Rizzle Highway. Free juicy Georgia peaches lying down the road of fresh picking on hot summer days. Fuck, that is so country.
That's fucking awesome.
That is fucking awesome. This one here is from Craft Beer Snob 8704. Ernie Martinez says, beer is life.
I like I said, he knocks him IP. He loves him IPAs, man.
He does. This one's from Erky32 says Gulag Road.
Gulag Road. I like it.
Yep. Teaming LLC. Teamwork on the fly. Teamwork LLC says Brown Street.
Fitting. Very fitting. Brown Street. I'm assuming he's under our works for our banner.
I would assume.
Yes.
This next one is from Rocky Mountain Rot says, sorry ass lane, because I'm a sorry ass according to some other drivers. Next one is from Chevy 69396. Who are you, Chevy? I've never seen you comment before, buddy. Chris Jones. Wait a second.
Welcome aboard, buddy.
Hold on a second.
What'd you get, catfished?
No, it's Chris. It's Ashley Pippin's wife. Or, sorry, Ashley Pippin's husband.
Chris. Oh, okay. Okay.
I've never
Chris James.
follow. Chris says, I've just never seen the title name before, the IG handle before. Chris says, Fart Blossom Ave, the nickname my dad has for me as long as I can remember. Fart Blossom.
Fort
That's
Blossom
awesome.
Ave.
Oh, what
I,
a nickname.
And he's back. He's back out on the road now, I think, too.
I believe so.
That's a good deal, man.
Absolutely.
That's a good deal. Fucking A. Nice.
Shout out to Swollen Gorilla. Swollen Gorilla says, Swollen Gorilla Street. No doubt. Drive on by, get swole. That is all. Get swole.
I love it.
Last but not least, Give Me More Cosplay says, boss bitch, because I'm always told I'm a bossy bitch. That's good. I like it. Thank you to everybody that's commented on there.
We got a few on Facebook.
Let's go.
First one has a couple. Shout out to past guest Sean Avery.
Hey.
He put down 4. These are good. So he's got Walk It Off Way. Very, very, very fitting. Very fitting for him. He got Mandatory Lunch Lane. Time Bonus Boulevard. And then the best, or my personal favorite, I won't say the best, everybody can each their own, but he said, in my opinion, the best for last, 9-5 Grievance Grove. And because I'm not allowed to walk it, hold on a minute. So 9-5 Grievance Grove, because I'm not allowed to walk it off, take my mandatory lunch, which puts me over 10, giving me a time bonus and allows me to grieve over time. Well said. Well fucking said. And the other is from Wendy Butler, and Wendy says customer priority Parkway, because my customers are my only priority, and I always go above and beyond to try and deliver their packages. I absolutely hate send again, so if I have the time, I will make another or maybe 2 more attempts to deliver that signature required package. And
say it one more time. Customer priority way.
Customer priority Parkway.
Wow, that's solid.
I love it. I love it. I'm fucking
like we need to have that like in front of like the customer centers that are like, you know, the customer entrance and like
damn. I'm fucking that's a hell of it. I mean, that's a hell of a fucking answer.
Oh yeah.
And wherever center you work out of, Wendy, I guarantee you they better not undervalue you, because I don't give a shit for who in my center hears this fucking. I mean, there might be a couple, but I know most of you motherfuckers wouldn't do that. So get mad at me if you want to, because you know I'm fucking right.
Oh fuck. Oh man.
I shouldn't call them motherfuckers. They are.
It's okay. It was funny.
They are professional drivers, but they're motherfuckers.
Yeah. But that's the type of friendship you have.
Yeah, right.
Fucking awesome. So thank you everybody who chimed in on the question of the week. Anything else to wrap it up on this fine evening?
I mean, to wrap it up, I don't know. I'd say we're good, brother.
Absolutely.
I was trying to think of something, but no, just we thanked Ashley, and I thank her every day. I love my wife very much. And so now that this is the end of it, though, I would be curious to people's. I found I was so fascinated in a weird way with, well, not in a weird way, but just fascinated by her dad's employer's father. You know, that invented the
fucking atom bomb.
Atom bomb. You know, there's just things in history And that's not a, like I said, it's not exactly like a glorifying thing of history, but like you talk about, I mean,
It kind of is.
I wouldn't call it
There's sections in history books that talk about the Anabomb for sure.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying they don't talk about it. It's just not it's something that was like monumentally changing to the way of life but it's not really I mean, it's like, well, it's monumentally changing because they can fucking blow up the fucking world. But I don't know. That's what I'm getting at. It's not like
I'm saying it's not positive.
Something, but it's not. Yeah, it's not really positive. I mean, yeah, we got them.
It's
other
impressive.
Countries have them, but it's impressive. It is. I was so fascinated by that when I first, and I don't like. I may have said that in the episode, so I won't go into. But that was years after we had met. And I just kind of heard that and was like, huh? So, yeah. Oh, trust me, I Googled that shit.
Absolutely. So yes, huge shout out to our wives, Danielle and Ashley, for coming on these past 2 episodes and doing the wives segment and getting the wives on air. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Getting to know a little bit more of us, question mark, of our lives, I guess. Lives, not wives, but also our wives. But yes, thank you guys so much for joining us. Listen, your sneak peek, you do not want to miss next week's guest. It is a banger. Absolutely.
A good one.
Fucking right. So, guys, stay tuned for episode 83. Everybody, continue delivering greatness. And don't forget your most important stop, home. Guys, we'll see you next week.
Later, everybody.